For most, the holidays spark cheer and joy among families, but for some, it can really bring heartbreak. Domestic violence advocates say this is a time of year where it can tear families apart. WAAY 31 reporter Paige Meyer now joining us live after speaking with Crisis Services in North Alabama about those resources available to our community. Paige?
Tori, advocates with Crisis Services here tell me whether you're trying to leave an abusive relationship or heal from one, there are resources available. Now, I'm told the best thing a person can do in this situation is often the hardest, taking that first step and seeking help.
Deserves to be mistreated physically, emotionally, or mentally.
Crisis Services of North Alabama has an extensive list of resources for victims of domestic violence. From crisis counseling to shelter options, the center works 24 hours a day to provide assistance to those who may have nowhere else to turn.
The fear of leaving is scarier than the fear of staying. And for a lot of individuals, they have a fear that that person that they're in this relationship with could kill them. And they have their children, they have other family members, and a lot of them are just ashamed of how they ended up in this situation.
Crisis Services works side by side with the Huntsville Police Department to get the appropriate help for victims of domestic violence.
We're here to help, and if you give us a call, we have multiple resources that we can utilize at our disposal through the North Alabama Crisis Services Center, to include confidential places for you to stay to where your abuser cannot find you.
According to HPD, so far this year, more than 3,200 cases of domestic violence have been filed at their department. And Crisis Services says the holidays will be no exception.
During that holiday period of time, individuals have more psychological issues that tend to flare up, as well as just natural life stresses, and it can lead to more domestic violence and altercations.
Huntsville police say if you're in a situation where you cannot call authorities, you can text 911 and have a conversation with the dispatcher. Crisis Services says on average it will take someone 7 times before they can leave an abusive relationship for good. No matter what your circumstance, the center says everyone deserves to receive help.
They start taking the blame on themselves, and the reality of it is it's not their fault that they're in this relationship. They just have to be, ready and empowered to be able to know that there are resources and help out there for them.
There are support groups that you can join for survivors or people actively ongoing through a domestic violence situation that you can join right now. You can contact the Crisis Services Helpline at 256-716-1000. I will also have information up on our website at waaytv.com. Reporting live in Huntsville with coverage you can count on. Paige Meyer, WAAY 31 News.